If you have not been here before, my name is Brandon Elrich, and my publication is Brandon Elrich is So Gay. I forgot to start on my oven. Well, there we go. So, Wendy the Druid sent me a recipe for an upside down puff pastry apple tart. So that's what I am attempting to make today. Oh, thanks for the hearts. That's a good reminder. If you haven't done it already, or if you wouldn't mind, click the heart button a few times. It kind of helps alert people. I don't know. It helps with the algorithm and helps to if my uh, distribute my video to watchers, listeners, readers, whatever. Apron was a little low. All right. Let's see. Waiting for election results. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, Henrik. So this recipe, I've never made it before, but it looks pretty simple, and I figured I'd just go ahead and try it. So the ingredients are, well, first preheat your oven to 400 degrees if you're wanting to make this and following along. Um, Later, of course, you wouldn't have all the ingredients ready right now, so you would need a 1 egg and a tablespoon of water. This says 1 apple. I don't know if 1 apple is going to be enough for all the puff pastry that I have. I'm going to see. I I got two. I've got 2 apples just in case. So we'll see how far they go. I also don't know if they're going to have bad spots in them or whatever. So we'll see. So anyway, 1 egg, tablespoon of water, 1 apple, 2 to 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 to 4 tablespoons brown sugar, which I'll probably be using a little more, a tablespoon of butter cut into 6 pieces, and 1 sheet of puff pastry. All right. So first, I should probably go ahead and cut the puff pastry. Uh, have that ready to go. So I guess you can kind of see it in this video. I bought the puff pastry. You can make your own, but I bought a roll of it. It's just 1 sheet, as you can see in the bottom screen here. So we're cutting it into 6 rectangles. I'm going to take this out right now. I'm going to cut it down the middle, at least try to do what looks like the middle. All right, down the middle, and then 6 rectangles. So we're going to go with, let's see, I'm going to cut this in thirds. Let's see if that works. I don't know if they're going to be rectangles. Well, actually, I guess they are going to be rectangles, whether they're squares or not. You know how every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square. I learned that in geometry. All right. These look more squarish. All right. So we'll be using these. in a little bit. Move them out of the way for right now. Hello, bathrobe guy. Robes. What do you prefer? Okay. Oh, I'll go ahead and take this out. So you need a cookie sheet pan, something like that, and put a piece of parchment or wax paper. I'm using parchment just because the length of the box matched the length of, or the width of my, let's see, the width of the box. The length of the box matched the length of the pan. So that worked out well. I didn't have to, cut it and trim it in pieces or whatever. So you need that down. And then you drizzle honey into 6 rectangles, slightly smaller than the puff pastry sheets. Now, in this case, the puff pastry sheets pretty much take up the entire pan. So I'm just going to drizzle honey over the whole thing. And it says 2 tablespoons, but I'm probably going to be ending up using more than 2 tablespoons. I'm just not going to go to the very edge of the parchment sheet. I don't know. I would say that's probably more than 2 tablespoons, but I like sweet things, so I don't mind putting a little more honey on it. Just gonna drizzle all over. All right. And this is local honey. A neighbor of mine is a beekeeper, so I get my honey from her. All right. So then we've got drizzle the honey, divide the brown sugar, the butter, and the cinnamon across the rectangles. So we've got 2 to 4 tablespoons brown sugar. And again, I like sweet stuff, so I'm probably going to go on the uh, larger side, the closer to the 4 tablespoons, and maybe a little more than 4 tablespoons. Okay, so here's one. Kind of hard to sprinkle the brown sugar because it kind of comes off in clumps sometimes, but that's all right if we get a clump of sugar in a bite. That'd be just fine. There's 1 tablespoon. Actually, that's 1 tablespoon went a lot farther than I thought. Maybe I won't need more than 4. There's 2. Hello to anybody else who joined. Let's see. There's Jessica B. Uh, that Rena. Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Why is that? Oh, let's see if I can fix that. Um, not sure. Not sure I want to try to fix it. All right, there's 2 tablespoons. For those of you who are just joining, I'm making an upside down puff pastry apple tart. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more just for fun. Okay. I think we can get rid of the brown sugar. Um, let's see. And oh, I don't know if I mentioned the cinnamon. The cinnamon's kind of optional, but I like cinnamon. So I am going to sprinkle cinnamon all over it. Wonderful. I could do some nutmeg actually also, but I guess I could get some nutmeg just for fun. All right. Um. Hello, Rena. Jessica. Christine. Hello. GWB. All right. Yours. You sprinkle that cinnamon. Yeah. I like cinnamon. So, I mean, why not? Okay, so we got we need the butter. Now, a lot of times I keep the my butter in the freezer, especially for things like this because it's easier to handle and chop up. So we're doing let's see, was it 1 tablespoon of butter cut into 6 pieces for each individual sheet of pastry, each cut piece of pastry. All right. I cut off a tablespoon, about a tablespoon. Right. And we're done with the butter. Use the rest of that later. Let's see. So cut it that way, and then this way. So I've got end up with 4 squares or 6 squares of butter. I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle of about where the each sheet is going to be. That one lost some butter. That's all right. There we go. And there we go. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't, I'm not sure if I put enough honey on there. I'm going to drizzle a little bit more. It doesn't really look like 2 to 4 tablespoons on there. All right. Lovely. Okay. Then let's see. Then we're going to do the apples, right? Yeah. Why am I asking you? You don't know. All right. So I'm using, you're supposed to core, peel, and slice the apples very thinly, but it's just really difficult to slice the apples really thin. So I'm using the peeler core slicer. For this recipe, it recommends that you leave on the peelings to give it just to give it color, basically. And there's nothing wrong with eating the peeling. And once it's baked, they'll soften. So get rid of that. Now I might have to cut off a few of these few little bad spots. But it comes off in a spiral when you do it this way, and I think it'll be just a lot easier to layer them and stuff. So I'm just going to cut off the few bad spots that I can see. Oh, in case you notice my fingers, I went to a Day of the Dead thing at a museum in Kansas City. So I painted my nails black and white and, did a little makeup and stuff. So I'm going to layer this a little bit here. Now these don't look too bad. Oh, I guess I should switch this around so you can see. I don't think I'll need this. Actually, you know what? I think I will go. Maybe I will go ahead and do another apple just in case I need it. I won't have to bring it back. All right. And I did wash these apples beforehand. So I set this to where I set this little the cutter thing so it would not peel the apple. It would just slice and core it because I want to keep the peeling on. Okay, switch this around. Hopefully you can see this. You can see this pan, right? See. You can see most of it. All right. So if you're peeling the apples, if you don't have a peeler core slicer, basically as you can see here, I'm kind of layering each piece just on top of each other, just overlapping. Uh, you see that? Oh yeah, there we go. You can see it that way. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending up using more than one apple. But it depends on the size of your apples too. If you get a really large apple, maybe you only need one. I'm just putting a bunch of these pieces, breaking off some bad spots. Um, Hello, Aaron and Roger. Thanks for joining us. So just layering the apples on top of the butter, brown sugar, honey, and cinnamon. Oh, and some nutmeg that I added too. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because apples are in season. They're kind of at the end of it now, but I still had some that I picked several days ago. Yeah, so this is actually going to be pretty much two full apples as opposed to the one that it was talking about in the um, recipe. Now, if you're going to slice the apples, um, so you can see like this side, you can see the peeling, and this side you can't. So put the peeling side down because when you flip them over, you'll be able to see the little red peeling on the outside, just for the look of it. Doesn't matter about the taste. I mean, it's going to taste the same either way, but if you want to have a nice presentation for your guests or whatever you're doing this for, I'm probably going to end up trying to freeze some of this because I'm not going to eat all this myself. Hmm. Eh, I think that's about enough. Oh, maybe I'll go ahead and add the rest of this. I mean, whatever you don't use, you can just eat yourself. Okay. I shouldn't need this anymore. Let's see. Was this all apple slices on there? Um, yeah. So the next step is to place the sheet of puff pastry that I cut over each uh, stack of apples. And just kind of gently press it down so the puff pastry kind of sticks to the layers of apple. Because there are going to be some gaps when you're layering them. So you want to press down kind of in in between those gaps, the layers, you know. Um, okay. And my baking sheet may be smaller than the one they used because they'll kind of overlap, but I mean, you can cut them apart when they come out of the oven. Should be fine. Hopefully you can kind of see mostly what I'm doing here with my brilliant two camera system that I have. I always like to brag on that because I haven't seen anybody else do it that way. It works really well for the cooking videos though, because sometimes you can't really see what I'm doing on the table like that. So I angle the other camera to where it's looking down on what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Uh, Janice says use a fork to press down the edges. Yeah, if you wanted to make it a little more decorative, you could do that. But it's going to be inverted. Like we're going to be turning this upside down, so we're going to be seeing the other side of it. I mean, if you're just pressing it down just to get it to stick to the rest of the stuff, then yeah. But as far as the presentation part of it, we're not gonna be seeing the fork marks because it's gonna be turned over the other way. All right. Okay. That's all pressed down. Now, earlier I mentioned that you need one egg and a tablespoon of water. This is for the egg wash. Oh, let me get a fork. That's one thing I forgot. I seem to always forget something. I have to end up getting it during the video. Oh, it's fine. So you just want to beat the egg a little bit, get it all mixed with the water. All right, that's good enough. And I have a little brush that I only use for cooking. This is not a painting brush. I haven't used this for painting before. No worries. So we're just going to paint the tops, just a thin layer of the egg wash over the top. Give it a nice color as it bakes. I hope this turns out good. I think it looks good. I thought about making my own puff pastry, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. I was at Walmart when I was doing my grocery shopping and like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the puff pastry. Normally, I don't like I don't like buying things like that. I prefer to make things homemade, but there are times where I just don't feel like going through some of the trouble. I've never actually made puff pastry before. I've heard it can be a little bit delicate. You know, you have to roll it out and fold it, roll it out again, fold it. All right. I mean, I think I've pretty much covered all of this. have a little left over, but that's fine. Okay, so let's see. I think I got it all. So this goes into the 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15-minute timer started.
Okay. Well, if you have an Echo or an Alexa, sorry about that. I mean, a lot of people have told me they're like, "You make my I have to put you on mute when you do that because you make mine go off." I mean, it's fine. You can always tell her to cancel it. It's no big deal. Um, let's see. Where did you find the recipe? Oh, Wendy the Druid sent me this recipe. She said she's made it um for holidays that she celebrates. I can't remember the name of the holiday or the time. I think there's like a time of kind of celebration. Anyway, it's it's a really easy one. So I hope it turns out well. I'll take this opportunity to tell you. I don't know if I'm going to wait till it's completely done. I'm not going to. I'm probably not going to stand here and talk for the next 15 minutes. But whenever I post the video, I will post a picture of the final product, or I might go live again and show you. I might do that. I might go live in a little while, and because you have to flip it over and taste it or whatever. Do you serve it with ice cream? Well, that is one of the suggestions. Um, yeah, serving it with ice cream. I don't have any ice cream right now. I ate the last bowl of my ice cream like a couple days ago, but I may end up freezing these. I think I said that earlier because I'm not going to eat them all. But anyway. Oh, so I've gotten a bunch of new free subscribers the last couple days. I don't know if any of you here have just subscribed to me in the last day or two, but on Halloween night, I um I read a couple of original short stories, and I also read The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. But a clip of my short story that I read has just really taken off, and it's been viewed like a couple hundred times now. It's like the most I've ever had on any of my posts or clips or anything. And then I've gotten a ton of subscribers, and I'm assuming it's from that. No paid subscribers from that, but hopefully those will come later. A lot of people tend to upgrade from a free subscription once they kind of see what your content is and stuff, which is fine. But on that note, if you have the means, if you like my content, please become a paid subscriber. I use this as part of how I earn a living. I'm a freelance writer, so I do have to do extra writing jobs outside of this to uh, pay my bills and stuff. But I really hope to get to the point where I am relying on Substack for all of my income. That would be really awesome. Um, so yeah, mainly I write like satire, humor, but I also write about some issues that uh, affect the LGBTQ plus community. I last week or so, I wrote about Matthew Shepard, and I've written about queer historical movies because October was LGBTQ History Month. And I wrote about some queer horror films. Some of them were quite ridiculous, but it was fun. Oh, hello, Brenda. You're kind of coming in after I've made the pastries, but they're in the oven. They'll come out later. Maybe we'll look at them, and maybe I'll go live again and show you then. But either way, I'll show you somehow. Um, yeah. Anyway, if you want to check out my other baking videos, I have a section on my publication that's one of them is podcast, and the other one is Brandon Elridge, the gay chef, I think it's called. So you can go there and see my other baking videos. I've made a bunch of apple stuff recently because they were in season. I made a few peach things when the peaches were in season. I'm guessing, I'm kind of thinking probably I'll make some pumpkin stuff and sweet potato stuff. Sweet potatoes are in season. I did make sweet potato fries um, in one of the videos, sweet potato and zucchini fries. But I like sweet potatoes. I was thinking about making a sweet potato cheesecake. Now, the only thing with cheesecakes is it takes like an hour to bake, and I'm not gonna sit here for an hour yapping away while the cheesecake bakes for you to watch the end of it. I did make a cheesecake on here not too long ago, and I um I went live twice. I showed the making of it, and then later, or the next day, actually, I went live again and took it out of the fridge and removed the sides of the pan to show the end result. But either way, oh gosh, what name is that? Foo Fufara and Chiquita. Arf. Okay, so I guess it's somebody and their dog. I'm guessing, right? Well, hello. So I'll just tell you what I put in this 400-degree oven, a sheet of puff pastry, one apple. I used two because they were a little bit smaller than some apples. And since it's a pastry, you can use a apple like a Granny Smith or something that's not quite as sweet because it does have brown sugar and honey, cinnamon. So I think those sweet elements would make up for the tartness of the apple. Yes. Oh, it's a word. Yes, my best friend. Yeah. Okay. So I used apple, 2 to 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 to 4 tablespoons brown sugar, a tablespoon butter, sheet of puff pastry, and then the egg with a tablespoon of water for an egg wash on the top. Bake it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees. So that's that. It's in the oven and we're waiting for it to bake, but I don't know if we're going to sit here and wait the whole time. Alexa, how much time is left?
Your timer has 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining.
6 minutes left. Do we want to wait another 6 minutes? I don't know if I want to go live again. Oh, we have comments. I named her Chiquita in 2005 because of Trump. She's a shelter pup, and every time I call her name, I insult Trump. Well, that's just fine. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I posted a note just not long before I came on. It was about a petition to get Bad Bunny removed from the halftime show of the Super Bowl. It's so stupid. I mean, I don't know if any petitions have gone on like in Super Bowls past, but that just seems ridiculous. Who cares? Most people, well, a lot of people that watch the Super Bowl, like my dad he doesn't like any current music, so he doesn't watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show anyway. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. Um, but oh, MAGA hates the things that they hate more than they love the things they love. Yeah, it does seem that way. They're just so intense with their hatred. I don't get it. It seems like a miserable existence to me. That allows them to watch their elders die of COVID and kids of RFK. Right. Um, oh, one good thing I saw last night, I was watching Jimmy Fallon, and People magazine allowed him to reveal this year's sexiest man alive. And I guessed who it was. So I was like, okay, what movies are popular right now? What TV shows and movies are popular right now? And my mind immediately went to Wicked, and obviously Wicked for Good that's going to be coming out later this month. And I know that Jonathan Bailey is in that movie, and he's very good looking, and that's who it was. So yeah, he's been in. I first saw him in Bridgerton. Oh, he's a very good looking guy. But I didn't know he was gay at the time because he played a straight guy who was kind of a patriarchal womanizer, you know, I mean, that's kind of the way a lot of straight men were during that time as a period piece. But anyway, yeah, I first saw him in that, and then he was in well, he made a cameo in a TV show that I watched. But yeah, then I found out he was gay. He didn't come out until 2018. But he's actually the first openly LGBTQ plus person that um, has held the title of sexiest man alive. So I think that's really awesome. I mean, it doesn't really matter his sexual orientation. He's gorgeous. He's very good looking. Oh, I missed a couple comments. Let's see. Uh, hello, Jill. No. Yeah, sexiest man alive definitely wasn't Trump. Well, even if we straight people don't like it, don't do it. Don't be defensive. Ricky Martin? No, this was the sexiest man alive for 2025 is Jonathan Bailey. He's also in the new Jurassic Park um, Rebirth. That's what it is. I haven't seen that one yet. I got kind of tired of the Jurassic Park movies. It seemed like they were all kind of becoming the same. I mean, oh yeah, the dinosaurs get loose and they go after people. A team of people has to go in and try to stop them. It's just it. it's kind of the same old storyline, isn't it? But the fact that Jonathan Bailey is in this one and Scarlett Johansson, who I love, might make me watch it. I don't know. Maybe. I will definitely be watching Wicked for Good, which comes out November 20 something. I've got it marked in my calendar. I watched the first one in the theaters and oh my gosh, it was so good. I saw videos and heard of tons of people who went to watch it for a second and third time sometimes. Even straight guys who don't usually, oh, Alexa, stop, who don't usually prefer musicals said it was really good. All right, I'm going to check on the puff pastries. Oh my. Oh, well, the puffiness, it lives up to the name of the puffiness of the puff pastry. It looks like they could. I'll show you. Let me try to turn my camera around. Oh, don't they look good? Oh, I just noticed you can see me in the other camera. Whoops. Oh well. Oh my gosh. Trying to set this up again. I've still got some of my Halloween decorations up, as you can see, the pumpkin. Uh, let's see. Yes, we saw you undergarment. Yeah, well, no, just saying Ricky Martin should have been in the running for sexiest man alive. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Um, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, he may have been in the running in the past. I don't know, but he's another um, person in the queer community who could very easily win it because he is very good looking, and he's in the show Palm Royale. He's a really good actor actually, and of course a good singer. All right, I think yeah, they're golden brown. I don't want them I don't want them to burn, but I kind of like mine more on the brown side, but I'm not going to leave them in too much longer. I'll take them out and maybe flip one over. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Got a couple rainbow pot holders. I'll put those down. Mm. I live in the deep south and you are 1,000,000% better than MAGA. Oh, thank you. All right. I think Hmm. This camera down here doesn't have very good color in it, but this one you can see that it's this one, the top one is more realistic. Don't they look good? All right. Um, hmm. Let's see if I can flip one over. To get a big spatula. So, as I thought, because they were so close together, a couple of them did kind of bake into each other. So you might have to cut them apart. It's no big deal. All right. There you have it. Oh, woo! You just lift this up. Here is the end result. So, what do you think? I think they look pretty good. Yeah, perfection. I would do a taste test, but I don't know how warm they would be. Might have to let them cool just a bit. Ugh, I need a better setup for my phone, you know? I think I'll use a fork. They puffed up really nicely. Mm. Oh yeah, they're very good. Awesome. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm kind of spoiling my dinner. That's all right. Mm, lovely. Robe says, "Oh my God, I am so hungry now." They are really good and very simple. I mean, there aren't very many ingredients. And if you buy the puff pastry instead of making it, it's even simpler. I could probably have even used more apples because the apples are pretty thin. I think if I s- s- spread some more apple slices in between them, it would have been good. I mean, it's still good, but I think more apple slices would have fit. Mm, that's wonderful. All right. This dish was a success. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do. If you can become a free subscriber, that's great. If you have the means and you can become a paid subscriber, that would really help me out. It would help me continue buying ingredients, and all these things take time. Substack takes so much time. The articles and live videos and editing and everything with and the audio podcast. It's a lot. And all of that time takes away from um, a job that I could be making more money. But I like what I do. I like doing this. So if you can, I'd really appreciate become a paid subscriber. That would be awesome. You go to any of my I posts, and usually down at the bottom is are the links to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Um, you should sell the recipes as a book. I've been actually thinking about doing that. Oh, just went through all people's magazine sexiest. They picked a few like Mel Gibson that don't fit my idea of sexy. Yeah. Okay. So, Jill, check out my article tomorrow because I wrote one about, um, oh, I just lost his name. Oh my gosh. Now I just lost his name. Bailey. Just, Justin? Wait a minute. Why am I just losing his name? I looked at other names and now I'm Jonathan. Oh my gosh. Jonathan Bailey. I wrote an article about Jonathan Bailey about sexiest men alive. I agree with you. Some of their picks, like, I've never been that big of a fan of George Clooney or Richard Gere. That's just not my type. But there are some that, yeah, definitely fit my profile. Do you have pants on? Uh, we'll check out your article. No, I do not. I have underwear though, so I'm not nude. So there you go. Um, I hope you have a good evening. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to make this, I will put the recipe on the post whenever I post the video. I'll I'll probably do it tonight if I have time. I have to look over the video and add stuff to the article and add links and everything. And I add the recipe to it. I should get it out tonight. We'll see. Thank you for joining, all 23 of you. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments and interacting with me in the chat. And I will see you later. Bye bye.